Hello, hi, welcome back to my course on enhancing soft skills and personality. We are in the fourth week of this course. This is the second unit and lesson 17. This week I introduced you exclusively on people skills. So, although I said that soft skills are actually people skills, you might wonder why particularly this week we are focusing on people skills. People skills in the sense that the qualities in you that will make people like you or dislike you are the main thrust of this week. So, we started with those qualities that normally make people dislike you in the previous one, and from this one we look at those qualities that will make people like you. What will make people attracted towards you, or how can you attract people? What qualities should you possess so that people by and large will like you? That will be the focus of this lesson and the next lesson also. Before I start, very quickly, if you want to have highlights of the last lesson, what I did, I focused on people skills, specifically to the traits that make people dislike you. I discussed to you about this attraction distraction principle, that is nothing but the way human beings attract people to their own good qualities just like a magnet, and distract or repel them because of the dislikable qualities in them. I also discussed in the previous lesson as why it is important to eliminate detestable qualities, loathsome qualities, qualities which people do not like in us. The importance is that if you do not eliminate those qualities, people will start eliminating you. People, the moment they dislike you, they may be your subordinates, so they may work with you, stay with you out of compulsion, but sooner or later they would like to leave you, be cut off from you, and it will leave you in a kind of isolated situation just because you possessed some dislikable traits. Is it not wise to change those traits as much as possible and make you likable in a professional and personal environment? So, yes, of course, and that is the reason why I said that it is very important to eliminate detestable qualities. I also mentioned to you that we are all social animals, and without having people to like us, without people to support us in all our endeavors, we will not feel successful and happy. So, it is very important that we do not isolate us because of our own negative traits, but we try to have people in our group as much as possible by cultivating good traits which are likable for others. In that context, we identified about 40 qualities that would make anybody dislike anybody else. Now, those qualities, instead of like discussing those qualities again, in this lesson I want to tell you that if you ask me what are 40 likable qualities, I would say that if you look at the opposite of these 40 dislikable qualities, automatically they become the likable qualities. So, instead of discussing these ones once again, I just want to discuss or make you identify likable traits and tell you how we can have these likable traits by moving the extreme dislikable qualities to the other extreme where you can convert them into likable ones. And if you are able to change dislikable qualities into likable ones, people will like us naturally, automatically. People will gravitate towards us because of the maximum number of likable qualities if you are able to possess. Now, the topmost one, instead of being egoistic, egocentric or showing egotistic tendency, you should be selfless, compassionate, kind and considerate. Now, what do I mean by this? So, instead of being selfish all the time, try to be selfless. Okay. Try to think about others, show feeling for others, not only for yourself. Be kind. So, even if you think that somebody does not deserve giving something, be kind and considerate. Showing empathy, that is feeling what others are feeling and then sharing your emotion with them, thinking about others. So, all these will come under this category of being selfless, compassionate, kind and considerate. And the most important of all is showing sensitivity to others' feelings, sympathizing with them in case they need your sympathy. So, showing sensitivity amounts to being very sensitive to especially very fine emotional qualities. This needs lot of refinement in you. So, you need to all the time put yourself into the shoes of others and think how somebody would feel if you talk this way. Okay. So, how somebody would feel if you treat them this way. Now, to identify that, you need to first ask yourself, if I am treated this way, will I like it? So, if you say no, then do not treat the other person in that way. So, that is empathy about. Do not do what you do not like others to do to you, and it is like give respect, get respect, and respect is not something that you can demand from people, you cannot command from people. So, it has to be given to them voluntarily by looking at your inner qualities such as this sensitivity. So, develop this quality, and this one quality alone can make people come to you. And let us look at other negative qualities which needs to be turned into positive. Being assertive but not aggressive or arrogant. This means instead of the aggressive arrogant people who do not treat others equally, who treat others as their subordinates, inferiors, give respect to others as rights and aim for a win-win situation in all arguments or all give and take transactions instead of a win-lose kind of situation. So, be assertive, like you get what you want, but not at the cost of others. Live and let live, and let live others very happily, even happier than you. So, that kind of attitude will come if you are selfless, then assertive, not aggressive or arrogant. The next important trait is, instead of being negative, pessimistic, cynical, being optimistic and encouraging is a very important quality that people generally like in others. If you look at in your life also, you will always find that you always look for that one person who never seems to be unhappy, never seems to be worried, always cheerful and always encouraging and supporting others and always optimistic. In fact, you feel like meeting this person frequently whenever you feel let down, whenever you feel little bit depressed, you want to talk to the person and then feel encouraged. Now, you be that kind of person, try to develop optimism all the time and be encouraging. What should you do? You should look for something positive in everything, and there is always something positive in everything. Everything that has been happening around us, there is always some good thing. Now, identify that good thing to become an optimist. And whenever somebody is going to do something, encourage. Instead of being critical or cynical or saying negative things, just encourage the person. Even you may not know the result, but just in encouraging, you may be able to make the person achieve the goal. You may be doubtful, but then do not show that outside. Maybe the person may work harder and win just because you encourage the person, and be constructive. So, being constructive is like giving only good thoughts, sharing only ideas which will make the other person productive, not destructive. So, that is being constructive. The next quality is identifying the good in others, which is similar to being optimistic, but specifically it implies that instead of being critical of others, instead of always finding fault with others, instead of always saying bad things about others, finding some good quality in others, that is important, and always making that as a habit, always finding something good in others. Now, you may say that, oh, human beings, they are full of flaws and then they are full of detestable qualities, they have a lot of limitations. Yes, of course, but you need to ignore some of these flaws, because that is why we are human beings, and all human beings have some good things, and try to identify those good things. In certain cases like elders, for example, Gandhiji was known for being blind to the fault of elders. So, he never criticized elders even if they were wrong. Instead of thinking that you will have one up with them, and then whether they are elders or young people, all should be behaving correctly. So, this was one quality that Gandhiji had, but being good and then identifying the good in others, actually it implies that not only to elders, but to all human beings, if you are able to see only the good things, and if you are able to just completely ignore the negative things. So, that is something that will improve our own integrity and make people like us. The next one associated with this is not just identifying goodness, but also pricing, appreciating, instead of never appreciating others. Keep finding chances to give genuine appreciation. Look for good qualities in others so that you can just appreciate those good qualities. Even a small thing, you think that it's done well, just appreciate the other person. There are people who host parties to celebrate others' success and achievements. You be one of those kind of people. Celebrate others' success, okay, celebrate others' achievements. The next important thing is giving due credit to others, especially if they have done something good, and if you are at a very higher position in which you are able to take full credit because those people are your subordinates, and then or they are inferior, or they are afraid of you, or they are in a vulnerable situation. So, do not exploit that situation and take full credit. So, give credit to others whenever they deserve it, okay, and whenever it is a teamwork, you try to give full credit to others. Look at the famous quote from Srimati Indira Gandhi. So, she says that there are two kinds of people, those who do the work and those who take the credit. Those who do the work and those who take the credit. Try to be in the first group, that is people who do the work. There is less competition there. For taking credit, there is always high level of competition. Everybody wants to take the credit, but very few people actually want to do the work and not take the credit. So, join this group, so it will make you immensely likable. Now, the next important trait is, instead of being a worrier all the time, you become a person who is reassuring. You stop worrying, and then you develop a lot of enthusiasm in you, and you start reassuring, giving reassurance to others. Help someone to restore confidence and relieve anxiety. Meet these people who are having a lot of anxiety. So, relieve the anxiety by talking to them, by encouraging them, by making them realize that they are fearing something which is totally impractical. Most of the times, if you talk to people with concern, and if people come to know that you are helpful, so automatically they will restore confidence and they will relieve anxiety to know that they can talk to someone and they can share their burden with someone. The next quality, whenever you remind someone, be very gentle in reminding someone. Instead of nagging and repeatedly suggesting again and again and finding fault for forgetting something and then reminding again and again. You should be mild and suggestive, and instead of saying again and again, just politely give a hint. Especially if somebody is likely to forget something, be helpful and supportive, especially in making the person remember at the right time. Suppose let us say the husband forgets buying one particular item from the market every day he comes. It is not nice for the wife to just wait till the husband comes and then shout at him. Instead, if only she can send a message that remember to buy this once you are out of the office. So, if the husband sees that in the right time, so he will be able to remember it and get it done. Nobody does forgetting or annoying others intentionally. So, most of the times it is inadvertent and unintentional. So, you have to keep that in mind. And generally when you talk to others, be polite, because being polite is immensely likable quality instead of being rude and impolite. If you ever think of people whom you disliked and then left them and you are not in touch with them, you will find that quite a good number of people you left because they were rude or impolite with you. Whereas if you are polite, it shows that you are showing regard for others in manners, speech, behavior, etc., especially by speaking in a polite and considerable manner. Overall, it amounts to being courteous, using words such as please, thank you, sorry frequently. Okay. So, these are words which act as lubricant, the courteous words, and whenever you mix in your language, instead of using these curse words, if you use this, automatically your mannerism, behavior, everything will become polite, and politeness is something people can rely on. They can relax with a person who is polite, not with somebody who is rude. It will always keep the other person on stress. The next important quality for making others like you is being trustworthy instead of being undependable. Being trustworthy, that is, whatever happens, this person I can trust with 100% information. I can trust that this person will deliver goods in time, reliability, and totally dependable. So, trustworthy is like making yourself dependable, so that people can believe you, trust you, and becoming highly responsible. They know that even sometimes you are not able to do something, but you will take full responsibility for that. So, that trustworthiness is a very key trait in terms of making yourself likable for others. The next important quality is being genuine, that is being real. That is not difficult, but because of the social pressures, we keep lot of faces, different dimension of ourselves, okay, and then we do not know what role we are playing is real and what role is deceptive, and where we are becoming fraudulent, or sooner or later are we becoming completely fraudulent. In terms of being genuine, honesty is a very important trait. Honesty may not be liked by some people initially because they may feel threatened. You are too honest, you are speaking the truth all the time. So, it is very difficult initially, but it pays in the long run. In the long run, people will know that if you are a very honest person, they know that you will never tell a lie. You are always honest. So, being straightforward, telling something directly, politely, instead of saying in a roundabout manner, or instead of saying things on the back of a person, doing backbiting, these are things people do not like. But being straightforward, open, not concealing one's real thoughts will make a person genuine. You might have come across those people who are always with you, but you never know what they are feeling about you, whether they are feeling good or bad about you. So, these people are dangerous, but whereas somebody who makes his or heart open to you, you know what the other person is feeling. So, that will help you to correct your behavior even if you make some mistake. But if you are good, you can see from the other person that the other person is liking your company. So, it is important to be genuine and not fraudulent, not a fake person. Now, the next important trait by which I will tell a small anecdote from Socrates and then conclude this lecture is speaking good about others instead of gossiping. Now, what do you do in gossiping? In gossiping, you gather and spread only bad information, usually personal information about others. Now, speaking good about others is, as I was telling at the beginning, there is something or other good in the other person. Identify the good traits. Everybody, even a thief, even a murderer, even a criminal, as something good. Okay, and identify those good qualities. See only the goodness in others. So that will make you actually really a likable person, and not only collecting this information about goodness in others, now gather that and spread that to others. Now you will always find then a very good circle following you, and all the people know that they can trust you because you will say everything that you like or don't like openly, but at the same time they are more trusting you, not because of your own trustworthy quality, but also your this nature of not seeing anything bad about them behind their back. If at all you say something, you say only good things about these people, and once they know this, so then they feel very obliged to maintain good relationship with you. In case you may ask, somebody comes and keeps saying bad things about others, how do you deal with these people who gossip all the time? All the time they come and tell. First thing you should remember that they have no intention, in the sense good intention, of sharing that false information to you, because they want you to believe in that and they want you to say something negative about the other person, which they are going to gather from you and share it with the other person. On the whole, they are not interested in anybody's happiness. They would like to use divide and rule policy and keep only their position safe and secure. Everybody else will feel insecure. So otherwise this person will go and then backbite, gossip about others and make those people feel insecure. Now how do you deal with these people? Whenever they say something bad about the other person, you have a good thing to tell. You say, no, I don't think this person is like that. I have seen this person always as a very honest person. Now again the gossiper says something, you say, no, but what about this good quality? So this equals many of these bad qualities. It's outweighing all these bad qualities. So I would go by the good qualities. Now if you are able to do that, very soon the gossiper will either change or will stop coming to you and wasting your time. But in the meanwhile, how do you know that the person is just coming for gossiping and wasting your time? So that's where you use Socrates' 3 filters test. Let's look at what is that 3 filters test. Socrates, the great Greek philosopher, was once stopped by an acquaintance as he passed through the market. He said, I have something important to tell you, it's about your friend. That's very kind of you, Socrates said, but don't tell me just yet. Okay, don't tell me immediately, you are really kind, but don't tell now. I run all information through the 3 filters test to ascertain if I want to know it. So before you tell anything about my good friend, I want to know whether I really need it, and you should pass through these 3 filters. So the man looked somewhat puzzled as Socrates continued. He said, first is the filter of truth. Whatever you want to tell me, have you seen or witnessed it firsthand? So truth. Usually the gossiper says that somebody told me like that. So he asks, have you witnessed it on the first hand? I actually heard it from someone, the man said, and it is from a trusted source. Alright, that does not pass my first test. Socrates added, since you don't know whether it is true. So if you don't know whether it is true, my first test, it has failed. Second is the filter of goodness. Is that a good statement you want to make about my friend? Not really, that's the reason I wanted. Socrates interjected. So you want to tell me something bad about someone but don't know if it is true? Then I don't want to hear this thing. But before that, the third and the last is the filter of utility. So first one is truth, second one is good, third one is utility, he continued. Your statement about my friend, is that gonna be useful to me? Not really as such, I just wanted to share. Well, if the information is not necessarily true, it is not good and it is of no use, Socrates concluded, please I don't want to know about it. Now, this is the 3 filters test you should use with any gossipers. Anybody is coming and rushing and telling you bad things about even your close people, just tell them whether it is true, ask them whether it is a good or bad one. Bad one, don't hear. Anyway, it will come to you some form or other, but don't hear on your own. And the third one is whether it is useful, and if it is not going to be useful in any way, so there is no need to listen to that, and you can easily understand that the person who has come to you is not a genuine one. Okay. So, use this 3 filters test to filter you from gossipers, particularly the bad kind of gossiping that is happening in terms of character assassination, and you believe that, and then you lose your peace of mind for some time. It is not worth it. Now, with this last thought on using 3 filters with regard to gossiping and saying only good things about others, I will conclude the lecture, and I just want you to look at one interesting quote in terms of likability before I conclude. Basically, likability comes down to creating positive emotional experiences in others. So, what does it mean? It amounts to creating positive emotional experiences in others. When you make others feel good, they tend to gravitate to you. So, one simple formula is do something to make others feel good. That in fact is my last thought also, but then quoting from Tim Sanders, I just thought that I will conclude with that note. Try to do something good, make people feel good, and see how they respond to you. So, you can do this informally, you can do this in informal situations, you can even ask people whether you are really able to make them feel good, or are they feeling bad after talking to you. So, in that case you need to change your approach, change your behavior. Now, some quick 2 important books if you want to change yourself from worrying to become a very optimistic person. So, try to read these 2 books from Dale Carnegie, one How to Win Friends and Influence People, and the other one is How to Enjoy Your Life and Your Job. Again, these are must read books for your collection. Even if you are not able to read them now, keep them and read them whenever you get time, but the earlier the better, because it is your personality that will change, and then the earlier you taste success, the earlier you become happy, the better. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will come back in the next lesson continuing with more thoughts on how to make people like you. So, try to practice these qualities, and wish you all the best. Have a nice day. Thanks again.